Are you fit enough to fall forward and catch yourself without hurting yourself? In this video, I'm going to help you prepare your body to be able to fall safely and effectively so that you can come away without a bad injury. Before we get started, it's important to know that I am not trained in martial arts or as a professional stunt person. I just like to fall. I played goalie as a kid growing up, and I learned how to fall and dive around really effectively. One time in college, I was inline skating around the campus and my front wheel got stuck. I got flung forward towards the concrete sidewalk and I managed to land pretty gracefully and tumbled through. And the only thing that happened was I broke my pinky. And while we're on the topic, what was your worst forward fall? Drop me a comment down below so we can all hear how you almost smashed your face. Or maybe you did smash your face. If you look around the internet for advice on how to fall forward safely, you'll see a lot of martial arts derived advice that tells you to fall forward on your forearms like this. And while that might make sense if you're in a martial arts studio or on some sort of padded surface, it can be a real bummer to do if you're on gravel or concrete. So in this video, I'm going to take you through a few options to help you fall forward safely, and I'm going to show you some exercises to help you build the strength you need to actually fall forward safely. Because if you don't have the muscle to do some of these things, you have no chance of falling forward safely. And just to make this perfectly clear, I could fall forward safely like this and decelerate using muscles in my arms and chest. But if I don't have the muscle in my arms, chest, and shoulders to decelerate safely, I'm just going to smash my face into the ground. Even when I just tried to demonstrate falling flat on my face, I still used my arms to try to break some of the impact, which is a perfect illustration of one of the tactics you need to employ to keep your brain safe when you are falling forward. You want to try to break the fall using your limbs. Use your hands, your forearms, use whatever you got to try to take out some of the impact. In an ideal situation, you're going to absorb the full impact like that and basically do a push-up. Or if you're in a situation where you're falling at an angle and you can't just do a straight-on push-up, then you can always roll and absorb and get yourself out of the full force of that impact. And your rolls don't have to be full-on ninja rolls. Any sort of extra motion is going to help you get out of the pain. So if I were to fall, I don't have to tuck and do a whole martial arts roll. You can also do simple rolls to your side. If you come down, you just go like that. That's actually how I only broke my pinky when I slammed into the sidewalk while I was skating. So again, if you want to be able to fall forward safely, you need to have the strength to catch and roll appropriately. So now let's talk about how to build strength in your chest, arms, and shoulders so you can fall forward safely. Your goal is to be able to do a bunch of full push-ups. That means being able to get into a plank position and do a proper push-up without any wiggling, cheating, or struggling. Again, when you're falling, being able to catch yourself and decelerate is just doing a push-up. So the stronger you are at push-ups, the better chance you have at surviving a fall. So to start off on your push-ups, you're going to start on the ground or on a mat. You're going to get your hands out in front of you, and then you're going to put your shoulders right over your wrists or your palms, whatever feels comfortable and doable for your wrists. If this is too hard for your wrists, you can use your fists, but if that's too uncomfortable, you can go ahead and use dumbbells like this, so you can just hold onto the handles, and that'll be a lot more comfortable. And please consider doing some wrist strengthening and stretching exercises, which I'll link to in the description box. Once you're here, you're just gonna work on going as deep as you can with control. That may not be that low. Maybe it's only here. That's okay. If you feel like it's really hard to even move a little bit, then you can use yoga blocks to elevate your hands so that you can go a little bit further. In the coming weeks, you can get closer and closer to being able to do 40 reps in one workout. But I don't mean you have to do 40 reps in a set. You could do 2 sets of 20 and that would be totally great. Or you could do 4 sets of 10 or 3 sets of, that doesn't divide properly. Wherever you are right now, it's totally fine. You can start with 3 sets of 8 or 5 sets of 2. Whatever you can do is totally cool. But once you can get to 40 reps in your workout, then you can start trying to do these things on your toes. Now, you will not be able to do the same number on your toes. I guarantee that. So what you're gonna do is lower the bar and expect that you're only gonna be able to do maybe half of what you're doing on your knees. And more likely, it might be something like 1/4, and that's okay. Just keep trying to build back up to that 40 rep range. Hey, I just wanted to give a big shout out to Paul, Lori, Keith, and Beth for your donations via PayPal. I really appreciate your support of my channel, so thank you so much. If you want to support this channel too, use the donate link you'll find in the description box or use the join and thanks buttons you'll find on YouTube. Also, please don't forget to sign up for my newsletter at my website at uprighthealth.com so you and I always stay connected no matter what the internet censors decide to do to me for talking bad about the medical system. Let's get back to it. Now, in order to do the full push-up on your toes, you actually have to be able to do the plank, which means you need to have some ab strength and some strength in the muscles around your knee. So some exercises you can do to prepare for doing a full push-up include ab and knee exercises. For your abs, you're just going to be lying down on your back face up. You're going to bring your legs up, keep your low back firmly pushed into the ground. Don't let your low back lift off the ground throughout this exercise. You're going to let your heels come down towards the floor, but only go as far as you can go while still keeping the abs engaged and the low back flat. You do not want your low back to arch and your belly to start lifting. So keep these on and then slowly lower the heels, tap, and back up. If you can't go that far, it's fine. Just go a couple inches, hold, and back. If even any little bit of movement is too hard, then just do one leg at a time. Just do repetitions until you get fatigued and do 2 rounds of this so your abs are fired up. And of course, take rest in between rounds. You also need to build strength in the knee extensors, meaning the muscles that straighten the knee so that you can hold that plank position. To do this, you're just going to stand on one leg, hold onto a wall or a stick or something stable, and then you're going to reach forward with the other foot. This back leg is the one that's working to pull back into that start position. So you're going out and back in, out and back in. So these muscles are the ones that are gonna get tired. You're gonna look for a total of 25 repetitions when you're doing your workout. So maybe that's 2 sets of 12 and a half or 3 sets of 8 plus another set of 1. Whatever, you're good at math, I'm not. Keep doing these until your legs basically get tired. If you want it to make these harder, you can do these on a raised step, or you can keep trying to reach a little bit further so that your knees get more and more of a challenge. This will also help you with balance overall, which will help prevent a fall in the future. So if you're starting from ground zero, your workout is gonna be abs first, then the knee exercise, then do the push-ups. So you can do those exercises as a circuit, meaning you would do abs, knees, push-ups, and then do it all again for a couple rounds until you finish all the target numbers that I gave you. Or you could just complete each exercise before moving on. So in that case, you would just be doing the abs to completion, then you do the knee exercises till you get to 25, and then you would go to the push-ups and just focus on the push-ups. It doesn't really matter. You can do whatever feels good for you, and that feels like an easy flow. When you're first starting, I suggest you only do this workout twice a week, Monday to Thursday, Tuesday to Saturday works great. That gives you time to feel the soreness kick in and deal with the soreness so you don't just cripple yourself with soreness. However, after a few weeks, you may feel like, hey, I'm getting stronger, this isn't such a big deal. You might want to bump it up to 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks, but probably not. But you decide, it's your body. You got to make the call and decide what your body feels like it can actually handle. Just remember not to ramp it up super fast because slow is safe and fast is foolish. Once you can do 5 to 10 full push-ups in the full push-up position, then you can consider starting to do actual impact training so that you can get used to really falling. I'm going to show you a bunch of things you can do to practice falling, but if any of them feel sketchy or scary, or you just feel like there is no way I should be doing that, then you're probably right, and don't do it until you actually feel ready for it. And definitely use padding or some sort of soft surface to make sure you don't get hurt. Whenever you feel ready to start practicing actual impact training, you can start by standing in front of a wall and just doing a very gentle fall towards the wall and catch yourself with your hand. Practice this for 5 to 10 times and then call it a day. This should not feel super high impact and it should feel very safe to do, so make sure you're well within your comfort zone. When you feel more confident, you can move away from the wall a little bit or fall forward a little more forcefully, or you can use a shorter surface like a table or a bench to catch yourself and practice that feeling of catching when you fall. As your confidence grows, you can also practice falling and catching yourself from your knees. So you'll just be on a padded surface and you're gonna fall forward and do a slow down push-up so you don't smash your face into the ground. This is what we've been training for, being able to catch ourselves so we don't get hurt. Do this 5 to 10 times, 2 rounds, and then call it a day. As your confidence grows, you can come up onto your feet and then start throwing yourself forward for a little bit of a bigger fall, like that. Again, 2 sets of 5 to 10 and then call it a day. And finally, when you're getting stronger and stronger and you can do proper push-ups pretty easily, then you can start practicing doing actual full falls into a push-up. But make sure that your hands and wrists are ready for that. So if you see any mobility issues or you feel any pain during your push-ups, you gotta make sure that your wrists and hands have built the strength and flexibility they need to be able to absorb that impact. Another important piece of impact training can be landing on your forearms and elbows. So that's gonna look the same as what we did with our push-up catches. We're just gonna fall forward like so. As you get more confident with it, get on your toes and then do that same fall and catch yourself on your forearms. Finally, when you're really confident, you can fall forward like so. It's also important to remember that those forward falls where you're just going directly flat down without any rolling are gonna be really impactful. You're gonna feel the shock. You'll be able to dissipate it by letting the energy turn into movement. So from these lower positions, start practicing taking the impact on a side and then rolling. That's gonna help you get more coordinated and used to that whole motion. And as you build confidence, you can start making it a little faster, a little bit harder, or a little bit higher so that you can be ready when you actually fall. And when you start feeling really confident, you want to really start testing yourself, you can get rid of any extra padding and start using grass or more natural compressing surfaces. Please do not do this on concrete to start. And you can start falling and rolling around on something like grass. And if you think it's weird to be rolling around in grass by yourself, try doing it on camera by yourself. Or just borrow some neighborhood kids so it looks like you're playing with them. Remember that the goal here is gradual progression, so don't rush into the impact training and definitely don't rush into taking full falls on the ground. Build the strength you need in your upper body to mitigate impact safely so you can decelerate safely and roll through whatever life throws your way. Please remember to take all of this slow because slow is safe and fast is foolish. Please let me know if you found this video helpful by dropping me a comment down below, and please share any awesome success stories because I love those. If you're looking for a program to help you rebuild your body at home, head to uprighthealth.com/DIY to check out a program that's going to work for you. For more videos to help you with simple human tricks, check these out here. To support this channel, use the donate link you'll find in the description box or the join and thanks buttons on YouTube. Like, share, and subscribe with the bell notification on, and as always, I hope you remember that pain sucks. Life shouldn't.